It is an honor to welcome you to the Zambia Impact Investment Summit 2023. Is not just a summit. It is a platform for collective action. It is an opportunity for all of us to join hands, share ideas, shape the trajectory of impact investment in Zambia, and finally, for investors and SMEs to make transformative deals happen.
I want to welcome everyone, especially the investors flying in from outside of Zambia to go and see what's happening in Zambia and what opportunities there are. And to our entrepreneurs in the room who are building amazing businesses and helping Zambia move forward. And of course to everyone who's been to one of the summits before. It's great to have you back and we're very happy to see you. Our co-hosts, the National Advisory Board for Impact Investment and the Impact Capital Africa team are super excited to have you all in the room, and we're looking forward to tomorrow and today to an amazing summit.
And I'm delighted to join you at the Zambia Impact Investment Summit. Zambia Rising, harnessing solutions for a sustainable future. And we all know about the challenge of taking a promising new enterprise through that famous valley of death that we've all seen before reaching the scale where investors will step in. It's crucial to build the right steps from the first plan through the stages of a new enterprise. That takes expert support, but also the right policy environment, demonstrating to government and regulators that this is worth early stage support because these new startups and enterprises will be the future of your country and its economy.
It's undisputed that Zambia is rising, and it is also in our best interest to harness the solutions, and not just any solution, but solutions that will be sustainable. And as we've heard from previous speakers, our ability to harness the sustainable solution depend on our engagements in forums such as this. I hope we'll all continue fostering innovation and channeling our resources to support local SMEs.
The Impact Capital Africa has mobilized over $100 million of private investment into Zambian SMEs. But that's not enough for us, and we're announcing today that we're increasing our ambition to a more ambitious target of $150 million mobilized for Zambian SMEs, which we're sharing this morning.
We, as the Finnish government, are once again excited to be part of this event and to co-sponsor the summit, which is an important event for encouraging investment, promoting access to finance, and in speeding up economic growth. And this is our third year running that we are sponsoring this event. We have supported around 370 unique businesses in one or more levels of training, and the revenues for those businesses have increased by about 270% during this 5-year implementation period.
I look forward to insightful discussions, meaningful connections, and impactful outcomes at this year's summit. Thank you very much, and let the summit begin.
This is the third edition of the Zambia Impact Investment Summit that is being held under the theme Zambia Rising, Harnessing Solutions for a Sustainable Future. Yeah, so that is basically what is going on here. And you know, this is sort of the apex gathering of all different impact ecosystem players. Of course, starting with players within the supply pillar of capital, through to the intermediation pillar, all the way to the demand pillar of capital, which is Zambian high-impact enterprises themselves.
Do we really want to have private capital going towards some social causes and values that we do not believe in? That said, my Damascus moment came up because of my work at the bank. When we have 3.6 million women and girls living in abject poverty, it's irresponsible for private capital to make investments without a gender lens. When we have 1.2 billion children living in poverty, We have 73 million youth who are unemployed. We have to think about the next generation whenever we're engaged in private business. And certainly, when there's more than a 50% chance that globally the world heats up by more than 1.5%, then of course we have to think about climate impacts as we make our investments.
My name is Jeffrey Scheidecker. I'm from Impact Capital Africa. We are the co-host of the Zambia Impact Investment Summit.
What are you, as supporters of these SMEs, what are you doing to align them to these emerging requirements? And also, you can also generally tell us the kind of support you give to SMEs and how you help them, or how you help de-risk and enable them to access finance.
So to speak about how we support the SMEs, specifically in agriculture for this, is by building a supportive business ecosystem. We mean, for instance, business support in terms of finances, analysis and management. Okay, there's always talk of investment readiness. Do you have a set of accounts, etc. But that's not easy for any SME to do. You know, then it's an intimidating space to say, oh, are your accounts audited? Are they up to date? Are they ready? So we also give training and awareness of the different accounting software that's there, that's low cost, that's easy to use.
So I think one of the things that we need to do to identify these opportunities is, for us as Africans, we need to come together and set up an agenda, set up what we want to see for ourselves, set up the direction we want to see happen, and then we collaborate with the technical assistant teams, the incubators, accelerators, so that they can train entrepreneurs based on the agenda of what we want to see. If it's manufacturing we want to get into, if it's agriculture we want to get into, if it's this and that we feel is the agenda at this current particular moment, let us set up that agenda, work with the incubators, work with accelerators to train entrepreneurs.
It's exciting times for Zambia. I don't know, but how many have read or listened to President Hichilema's speech, where he reconfirms the government's commitment towards mitigating climate change, increasing renewable energy penetration in the country, and Section 67 of the speech, a very important one, is absolute reconfirmation of support for the open access regime in Zambia.
The SMEs are the future for this country, and they're driving the economy at the moment. And so we need to grow with them and so have a sustainable growth. So we're not looking at returns only now, but we're looking at returns in the future. And so that's where we come in and want to see the better world for everybody.
There's two elements to it. There's financial support, there's non-financial support as well. So from the non-financial support, and I'll use what we have got now, her Helping Every Woman Rise proposition, definitely. We've partnered with various leadership and networking organizations to support, first to identify opportunities, and also support from a leadership perspective and also a business perspective, how to be better.
And I think I can add a voice to that. So at ABSA, we've got a Women in Business proposition under the theme Unleash. So Unleash is really about unleashing the potential that women have to grow and drive their businesses. And under Unleash, we really look at these businesses under 4 key pillars. And I think some of them my colleagues have touched on. I think the key and critical one for us is really around business skills development, which is the one we call the anchor. Because without those business skills, the businesses can't sustain themselves. Digital banking is something that we've introduced as Standard as well. And that also looks at the performance of the loans, the digital loans that we give out. And from that, the data build-up you get from how the loans are being used and repaid and the behavior of the client helps for the next time around when you come in. With data, again, it's about building up data.
As J Power, we were part of the Prosper Incubator program, which we won through the Clean Cooking Solution and USAID A2C. So we were invited here just to have a feel of how other companies are pitching to high impact investors for the purpose of sourcing funding, because through the USAID A2C we've been able to source funding through them. So now at a micro level, so we want to understand what are the key matrices or impact areas that investors want. So coming here, we were here just to understand the environment, what type of investors are here, how can GI Power in the future, nearest we're hoping by next year, be able to participate, even pitch for high value investments.
A conference like this one is very important in terms of resource mobilization for private sector development. As we heard just in the last year since this conference was held, about $41 million was mobilized for SME development. I think that is a very significant achievement for the growth of our economy.
The SMEs don't just show up and pitch. We actually put out calls for SMEs that are looking to raise investment. We look through various partners, where can we find SMEs that are looking to raise investment. For a lot of them, Prosper actually provides more bespoke technical investment readiness assistance to help them with their specific needs. And obviously, as a run-up to this summit, we provide investment readiness training in form of pitch training so that they can be able to tell their story in a more convincing manner, so that investors can at least get the initial interest and then dig into the detail.
Yeah, this is my first time to the summit. It's been great. It's been really great to interact with all the investors that have come into the country, the local ones that I haven't met before, and hear about all the other companies, the startups and the successful companies and how they're doing it. And it's been a really good exchange of information. So overall, it's been a great experience.
People not just came, they really showed up. I saw energy in the room, I saw excitement in the room, I heard amazing discussions, I saw great businesses pitch, I saw investors who are engaging with entrepreneurs, I saw new connections being made, and I saw people that are all passionate about trying to really make a change and bring Zambia forward on our rising path as we had in the team.
Amafia